So it is Wednesday, May 24th, and I am doing my daily update for A Concert for Peace. Things are coming along really nicely. We have a crowdfunding campaign which has been launched, and it is, we got another donation today. My mom actually made a donation in memory of her brother, who was a veteran, who was in Korea, actually. And she made a $200 donation, so thank you, Mom. We're up to $250 now raised for A Concert for Peace, and our goal is 8,525. So we're very much at the beginning of the crowdfunding, and I feel really good about it. We're going to get there. So if you're interested in making a donation for A Concert for Peace, I'm going to post a link at the end of this live stream, and feel free to check it out. Or if you're just curious, or if you might want to share it with somebody who you think might be on Long Island, might be interested in sponsoring this concert. It's going to be a great concert. I'm very excited. In fact, I'm going to share a little bit of the music today for the concert. It's not the greatest recordings, but I just want to talk about it as it's playing. If people are making comments, I will reply after the video, because it's very hard for me to see the comments. So hopefully, if anybody does make a comment, I'll try to see it, but I'll probably comment afterwards. Anyway, so the crowdfunding campaign is underway. Our total amount of singers that we have right now, no new singers joined today. We're at 18 confirmed singers. That sounds low. Our goal is 50, but we have plenty of time to get to 50. I know there's a number of people who have sung with me before that just haven't officially confirmed that they're singing. We have a nice strong core already, which is awesome. One thing I've been reading, this is actually because of a seminar that I did, a symposium that I spoke at, and the keynote speakers were David Elliott and Marissa Silverman. And this book is really fascinating, Artistic Citizenship. It's really long, it's a really big book, and I'm not reading it from cover to cover, but one thing that really kind of resonates with me, I find really interesting, is this article by Thomas Torino. It's a chapter written in the book by Thomas Torino called Music, Social Change, and Alternative Forms of Citizenship. And I'm just going to read a little bit to you because it's really cool. He talks about the act of collective singing as much as for the content of the lyrics, like for example, "We Shall Overcome," and the associations of the tunes with the Black Church and previous labor movements and galvanized protesters. Collective singing illogically steeled regular people to put themselves in harm's way, to lovingly turn the other cheek, and to peacefully face rocks, sticks, bricks, fire hoses, and police dogs. Similarly, in Germany during the 1930s and the 1940s, collective singing of Nazi songs was common among people at the end of workdays, among youth. It's hard to read this. It's among youth at summer camps and among average citizens and many social gatherings. Again, it was the repeated act of the massive collective singing as much as the content of the lyrics. And there was actually a song that I'm not going to read the title to because it's really a horrible title. It's awful. But it helped prepare normal citizens, again, illogically, to acquiesce to and to even participate in mass murder. In both these cases, music functioned in very much the same way to alter people's subconsciousness. Is that what it says? And to prepare them for heroism or villainy, and to be the very best or the very worst that humanity can be. And I never really thought about music in that way. Music is used well, I've always felt that music was used only for good, but that's an interesting story about how music was not used for good. But anyway, obviously, music is very powerful. I think that's what the point of that is, and has the opportunity to be used for great good. And that's the power of, that's why actually when we have a concert for peace, I want the congregation listen to me. Well, we are congregating, aren't we? But I want the audience to sing at one point. Usually, actually, when I do have, like when I was the music director of Transgender Day of Remembrance, the Long Island Transgender Day of Remembrance, I really encouraged the group to have a certain point where the people that came to this service actually sang, because I felt it galvanized. I felt that it was a form of uniting in song and allowing us to share the common words of the song, to share in comfort, to share in our common mission, and to share in our grief, in a sense of the fact that the Transgender Day of Remembrance is obviously memorializing those people that lost their lives violently over the past year. And there will come a day, hopefully, where the Transgender Day of Remembrance will no longer be needed, but sadly it's not anytime soon. So anyway, this is a great book, Artistic Citizenship, Artistry, Social Responsibility, and Ethical Praxis, and the authors are David Elliott, Marissa Silverman, and Wayne D. Bowman. So this is a library book. I'm going to order a copy of it, actually. It's gone down in price a little bit since I first checked it out on Amazon. It's a good book, though. So I made some really cool progress on the Consortium Commission song, My Name is Lamiya, Don't Call Me Refugee. And I'm wondering if I could turn this around. I have a word processing. It's called Finale, and it's not the greatest sounding tool. So what I'd like to do, I really want to share this with everybody. This is stuff that's been going on for a long time in my head, and I've recorded sloppily on the piano. I can't actually play it on the piano, but I really did want to share it with everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can flip this around so you can see the screen. There we go. How cool is that? So now this is the middle part of Don't Call Me Refugee, and obviously I don't have words written in yet. In fact, I don't have much written in at all. But I just want those people that are part of the Consortium Commission to get an idea of what I'm thinking of. And again, this is a sketch. It's a draft. It's not the final thing. But this is the middle section, and as you can see, the piano is playing strongly at this point, and all the singers are in unison at this one particular point. So this is it's at the end of the first section, and it's going into the middle section, which is going to be chant-like. And what's really cool about this song, My Name is Lamiya, is that each choir that's part of this Consortium Commission has the opportunity to either use the words that I have written in, the names that I have written in, because this is going to be, I'm going to zoom in a little bit just by moving a little closer. My name is Guled, my name is Lamiya, my name is Alejandro, my name is Miguel. These are all the names of refugees, either in books that I've read or in, common, Lamiya is obviously in there. My name is Angela, my name is Nisho, my name is Professor White Eyes, my name is Wyclef. Wyclef Jean was a refugee. So as you can see, the names change depending upon the part. Most of them are in the soprano and the alto part now at this point, although, I am open to changing that around based on the choir and what they would like as part of the Consortium Commission. So it's going to build and build. This is supposed to be, this section right here with the different names is supposed to start off soft, and it's supposed to be kind of like, just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's supposed to be a lot of sound. The idea is that there are so many refugees. There's millions and millions of refugees. Now we're just using a few names, but the way we're singing it, it's going to be, well, you'll hear it. And so the sound grows and grows and grows. And finally we get to the stomp section. The stomp, I don't have it written in yet, but it's the low Gs and the sopranos and the altos and the tenors and the basses where you're actually going to stomp, okay? And so anyway, so it builds and builds and builds, and then we sing, "Don't call me refugee," and then a stomp. And then it then it echoes. You can see that the altos and the tenors tenors are pretty high at this point, but it echoes. And it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and that's as far as I've gotten at this point. So let me play a little bit for you so you can hear what it sounds like. And this doesn't just pertain to the Consortium Commission, because Long Island Voices is going to be singing this at a concert for peace. So that's why this will be relatively complete, final draft form by June 20th at our first rehearsal. And let me also add that it's not too late to join our Choral Consortium Commission. I know that there's some choirs that are still working through discussing with their board to get approval, and some still haven't met with their board, and that's fine. This song is happening. We have enough people. We met about 12% of the goal, but I was thrilled to be able to give Lamiya, through Betty, when she went over to Baku in Azerbaijan, she was able to hand Lamiya 550 euros. And Lamiya is thrilled. Thrilled because this does a world of good for her family, and then she has young kids. And also, she's thrilled that this is making a difference in lives. So anyway, here we go. So this is the middle section, and again, this is a word processing. This is a word processor. A music processor thing. So it's not really going to sound exactly like, but I'm hoping you can get an idea. So this is the middle section, building up to the middle section. Actually, this is going to be strong here. Refugee, don't call me refugee, and then very soft. My name is Lamiya, and then the altos come in. I don't know if you can hear it. And then the tenors are going to take over because the sopranos start joining in the names. It's going to build and build. And then we get back to "Don't call me refugee," stomp. Don't call me refugee, stomp. Don't. And then there's the echo. Refugee, don't call me refugee, don't call me refugee. And then the tenors are going to build and build, and you can hear that the piano's just doing the same thing over and over again, right? Okay, anyway, so that's a little taste of the song, My Name is Lamiya, Don't Call Me Refugee. At this point, it's still got a ways to go, and that's just a very tentative first, just a little bit taste of what it's going to be like. Remember, there's two songs. That's the one that's going to be the 4-part, more advanced song, and then there's also going to be the 3-part song as well. Pacem Relinquo Vobis. Pacem Relinquo Vobis is really coming along. I'm very excited. It is a beast of a piece, but it's very exciting. And I also want to share this with you. I don't know how this is coming across on Facebook Live. There's a chance that this is really sounding very garbled, and eventually I'll get this music under my fingers and I'll be able to play a little bit as I explain it. But let me go back to the screen here. It opens up temporarily. I just have eighth notes with accents, but the very first part of this song is Pacem Relinquo Vobis, which is Peace I Leave With You. This song, sorry about that, there we go. this song is all about crying for peace, calling for peace, a march towards peace, and it ends the requiem. But my feeling is that we are always still calling for peace. We're not there yet. So there's dissonance in this. But I'm going to play a little bit of it. Again, this is a very preliminary draft, and so I'm going to talk over it because the quality is not very good. But oh man, I just want to share it with people. So anyway, so the basses begin. Pacem Relinquo Vobis, Pacem Relinquo Vobis, and then the orchestra comes in, which is now as kind of like an organ, and then the tenors come in. Pacem Relinquo Vobis, Pacem, Pacem, and now we have the altos come in. And we're back to the orchestra. I have no idea what it sounds like on Facebook Live with this microphone. And then we have the sopranos come in. And if there'll be an orchestra part here, but this is just basically the sopranos' big entrance. So that's all Pacem Relinquo Vobis. Big entrance. Okay. So now the next part, we're going to transition to the next part here. This is all going to be orchestra filling in here on a low pedal tone G. And now we're going to my peace I give unto you. And it's going to build and build. All right, I really don't know what you're able to hear on this, so I'm going to just stop this right here. And let me move on. Yeah, it's a little hard to hear, but I think we get a pretty good sense of it. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a good idea to even be playing this with this quality. Let me just see. Just so you get an idea of the fugue in the next section. Here it is right here. This part right here is going to be a fugue in the middle. And this is non turbitur quo vestrum neque formidat. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So here is the fugue. Quo vestrum neque formidat. Now we're going to A minor. So anyway, so this is basically just the fugue section. And it goes on for a while. I'd love to play more. I just don't want to lose any audience. It's great. It gets really, really big here. I love this ending here. So the orchestra is playing along right here. It sounds mostly like organ now, but this is going to be with orchestra. And then everybody comes in, all four parts. Nice high A. The basses go up to a high D. And now we go to this next section. Now this is a huge build-up, and it's going to continue on and on and on. With woodwinds. This is an interesting section right here. This will be with double reeds. And so anyway, so this is really, let me see if I can stop this. There we go. And it's going to build and build and build. There's a great part over here, but you know what? I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to save it for another time, where the organ comes in, and it's just very exciting. Anyway, this is so incredibly exciting, and I'm really struggling to find a way to share it with you right now. This is not probably the best way to do it. I should probably wait till it's completely orchestrated, and then share it with you, because it's a very poor quality recording at this point. So anyway, or else I'll get it under my fingers and I'll play it for you on the piano. So that's my update for now. This is going to be a very powerful piece. I doubt that you could get a sense of that from what I just played. But the timpani is going to come in, the organ's going to come in, and it's just going to be this huge build-up, and I just can't wait to share it with everybody. So I've got a lot of work to do, as you can tell, but I think it's going to be well worth the sweat that goes into it. And it'll finally finish this 10-year Requiem that I've been working on. So anyway, well, I hope that everybody has a great night. If you listened to this from the beginning to the end, God bless you. And so that's my update for today. Okay, have a great night, everybody.